Last week we shared the story of Päivi Räsänen and Bishop Juhana Pohjola, their 6-year legal ordeal, previous acquittals, and the looming Supreme Court hearing scheduled for next week on October 30th. This week I want to explain what's at stake in this case. If the Supreme Court of Finland convicts Päivi for simply expressing her Christian beliefs, it would mark a dark day for free speech in Europe. And it wouldn't just affect Finland, it would send a chilling warning across the continent. If convicted, Päivi and Bishop Juhana also face thousands of euros in fines, as well as the censorship of their speech, which simply expresses traditional Christian teaching. And the offence under which they're being charged also carries a 2-year prison sentence. But if the Supreme Court once again acquits Päivi and Bishop Juhana and upholds the fundamental right to freedom of speech, it will be a beacon of hope for everyone who believes we should be able to speak freely about our convictions, especially on matters of faith and conscience. So this case isn't about one tweet or a small booklet that was written over 20 years ago. It's about whether quoting the Bible and standing on its teachings can be criminalised in 21st century Europe. Now, beyond Finland, the EU wants to make so-called hate speech an EU-wide crime, putting it on the same footing as the most serious offences, including terrorism and human trafficking. And under the EU's Digital Services Act, what's considered hate speech in one country will apply to every country in the EU, creating a continent-wide silencing based on the lowest common denominator of censorship. And that's why this case is so important. It presents an incredible opportunity for the highest court in the land to protect freedom of speech at a moment where censorship is on the rise. And if that happens, the ripple effects will be felt across other European nations too, and even around the world. Now, you don't need to agree with Päivi's beliefs to agree that in a democratic society, everyone has the right to speak freely. Even if you disagree with her beliefs, you can uphold her right to voice them without criminal prosecution. Censorship is one of the greatest threats to democracy today, and as we all know, in Europe, free speech was crushed under authoritarian regimes in the not too distant past, and we cannot go back to those days. On October 30th, Päivi Räsänen and Bishop Juhana Pohjola once again stand trial. I will be there too, standing beside them in defence of our fundamental freedoms. And I ask all of you to take a stand as well for freedom of speech in this age of censorship, for the chance to say what we believe without fear of criminal penalties, and for the right of every person to live and speak the truth.